thanks everyone for joining us on time, and welcome to our today's cooking class, where we want to talk all about prepping ahead and cooking smarter, not harder. I think that's something we can all agree on would be really nice if that's going to happen in the kitchen. My name's Jenny Falter. You have just met my team in the introduction video. So together with my beautiful Jules, we will give you an hour, a break from the heat, the real scorcher today outside there, and showing you how to cook smarter in your Thermomix and Cookidoo. So there's a chat box somewhere here on your Zoom. So I want you now to answer me a couple of questions in the chat box. Who would like to spend less time in the kitchen? Give me a thumbs up, give me an emoji, or give me a yes if that's you that I'm talking to. That would be yes, me. I can see them. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, same. You're sitting in the, yeah, we're all in the same boat there. Less time in the kitchen. Go outside, do something with the family or the dog, who something else. Great. And who out here would like to know the answer, the daily question, what's for dinner? Show me. Yeah, another thumbs up right there. True, that's right. Yeah, well, what's for question? What's for dinner? Mum, same. Replace that with what can I take in my lunchbox? We just want to help you answering this question, and I hope by the end of this session today you will be able to do so. Right. So we want to show you how you can achieve that, spending less time in the kitchen and knowing what to cook, and at the same time not compromising healthy eating, and also not always going the very expensive way out and ordering takeout food. So who, and again, use the chat box please for that. Who is already prepping ahead food already? So this could be you do once in a week a bulk cooking, so like a massive cook up. Or are you prepping your vegetables and chopping them up already made, putting them in the fridge? Yeah, got a couple of thumbs up there and a couple of nods on the screens. I can see that. No need to prep food getting wasted. Yeah, that's something we can talk about as well. Yeah, no prepping, but there should be. A couple of people are doing the prep. Yeah, so definitely not wasting food is, by the way, the best way to save money in your kitchen, right? Plan what you eat and eat what you plan. So who's making meal plans out here at the moment? Yeah, see, thumbs up there. A couple of people doing meal plans. Some of you maybe don't. So first of all, that's another great way, and we're going to show you how to meal plan properly, and this way you will use everything that you have pre-prepped and chopped up in your fridge and not going to go to waste. Okay, now it's great that some of you are already doing these things, especially when you are utilizing Cookidoo to its fullest extent. And I have a couple of ideas on how you can utilize Cookidoo even more. So first of all, for example, give your family access to your Cookidoo account. Make sure everyone in the family has the Cookidoo app on their phone, and encourage them to have a look around. They can make their own folder and put everything they want to get cooked, or they want to maybe make themselves if they're old enough. Talking about kids, and put all of them into their folder. What you also can do, and I know Sandy, I saw her coming in here somewhere. She does it with her family. She's got enough voice so she can. Someone else can cook yes, you're here, great. So someone else can cook every night. So allocate a dish or allocate a night to one of the family members where they are in charge for the cooking. right? So this way they're making sure they are that they're going to eat also what's going to be on the dinner table. All right, and yeah, so what's for dinner? Again, Cookidoo, that's our Netflix for recipes. I can't stress that enough. That is such a huge source of recipes that you can access worldwide. By the way, we are going to have a special Cookidoo session on the 27th of January. That is this week, coming week, Thursday. And we're going to talk and show you the ropes all about Cookidoo. Right. You can also order the ingredients online and get them delivered to your place. Hang on, so can everyone hear me all right? Can I get a thumbs up? Yeah, okay. So, okay, I just got messages here saying I can't hear me. Someone's not connected to the audio then properly. Just turn up the volume. Maybe that helps. I don't know. All right, order ingredients online, get them delivered to your doorstep, so there's no excuse you can't cook, because we'll have all the ingredients that you need. Okay, so today we have chosen dishes that you can prep ahead, and they will you set up to basically create dishes and recipes from that for the whole week. Okay, so, and there's more tips and tricks that we're going to share with you. So I'll make sure you have a little bit of pen and paper ready so you can make notes, and we're going to talk about other dishes as well. And so hope that that's all going to make sense. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted because of the messages here. So I hope someone in the chat can put your questions in the chat box, because I have Monsi and Sandy helping me with the chat today. That's a little bit easier than to get it done. I can't help you while I'm talking. All right, and so today we're going to have 7 presenters, and we have, unfortunately, Monty is sick, so I'm going to do her dish there as well. And but if the dishes, if it's a bit too fast for you today and the dishes are not really to your liking, please have a chat with your consultant and put them either one-on-one or invite 2 friends over and make a cooking experience, a fun night with cooking together, so we can tailor that exactly to your wants and needs and your likes, and dishes that you want to see to being made, and have a little bit more time also in a relaxed environment to ask your questions. At the same time, you'll be eligible to our host reward program, and one of our host rewards is the fancy blade cover peeler. And this is my my cue to hand over to Megan. Megan is currently at her holiday house, so hang on. Let me find Megan. Here she is. So I'm going to add her. Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
So add it here. Yes, there you are. All right. But do you want me to stop talking?
Yeah, stop talking, Jenny.
All right, good. Enough of my voice.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I am out at my holiday house, so I thought I'd come outside and get some fresh air. The sun is moving in towards me, so hopefully I will stay in the shade. And my neighbours will be able to hear my chatting. You might be able to hear them. Anyway, I am also at my holiday house. You might notice I've got my TM5. So this one lives at my holiday house. So if you think, gee, that looks a bit different, that's the TM5 here today. Now I'm going to talk to you about the blade peeler. So I don't know if some of you have got those. Maybe in the chat box you can say, yes, you've got that, or you're interested. So this is like the fancy new addition to your Thermomix, and it can peel potatoes and beetroot, hard vegetables, carrots, and lots of people have been playing with that. Someone was doing garlic the other day. I haven't tried that myself. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to peel some potatoes, which is quite fun. So first of all, I've done some prepping in advance, and I've made some pickles. So these are pickled carrot I've got here. The recipe is actually daikon and carrot. Daikon is the Japanese sort of somewhere between a carrot and a cucumber, but I couldn't get any daikon at my holiday house, or maybe it's just the general supply chain issue, or it could be because I think it might be a winter vegetable. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You can actually pickle lots of things. You could do peppers, you know, carrots are good. I've got chili in there. And the good thing about this is that you do have this made a day ahead. That's to get the flavour in, but you can keep this in the fridge for a month and your pickle's in there. So I think I could actually just replace the vegetables once I've used them. I don't see why there would be a problem. So what's in there is soy sauce, white wine vinegar and sugar. Now, it was quite a frightening amount of sugar. Janie would be having a heart attack. There's 200 grams of sugar and 250 grams, of 250 grams or mils of soy sauce and white wine vinegar as well. But you're not actually eating that. It's actually a bit of flavouring going into your vegetables. Some of it goes into the dressing we're going to make for a potato salad. So I highly recommend that. It actually is very tasty. So don't get too panicked. I must admit I was like hyperventilating myself, but I think it's good. And you know, maybe next time I can have a look and just adjust, see if I can have a bit less sugar in it. The other thing I was going to say.
Yeah, once he has popped the link to the Cookidoo recipe already in the chat. So if everyone wants to save that for later, feel free to.
That's good. So that's one of the things. So if you do have this peeler, you can look up in your Cookidoo anything you can put peeler, and all the recipes for the peelers come up. So there's different ones in there. There's mashed potatoes. There's just, you know, peeling potatoes. There's this Korean potato salad. So quite a few things come up. Now, with the TM5, it doesn't actually have the peeler function in it. So we do it manually. So I'm going to show you that today. But it is a different recipe. So there's a TM6 version of the Korean potato salad. And there's another version that doesn't use the automatic setting for this. But don't worry, we can do it manually. So let's get on with it. Okay, so the peeler. This one looks like a little grater. Now it only goes in one way, so don't get too stressed. At first I thought it could go both ways, but it's actually just one way. And it looks like it's a grater, and it is. Obviously it's going to grate the skin off the potato, but it doesn't cut you. It's very soft. So I'm interested. I don't know who thought of this, and some engineer was very clever. Anyway, pop that in on top of your blade. So you can see there. So if you used to have, what's the other one? What's our other blade cover? It's very similar to that, but this one's metal. And then we have 600 mils of water. So I'll just get my scales up. More than 600 here, yes, I have. And I don't know if it's in the recipe, but we've found that just a touch of oil, so any cheap oil will do, I've got this here, like a teaspoon of oil, it reduces the amount of sort of froth that is created when you're peeling, and you just get don't get as much fluff at the end. So I find that quite effective. That goes in, and then it actually says to drop your potatoes through the lid. Probably just, I think this is just because you're working out how big you can fit in. So hopefully these fit in. So if it can fit through the hole, I've found that to work. A lot of the recipes say, what do they say, like half, Jenny?
Yeah, you can cut them in half. So about the size, so they should fit through the mixing bowl lid. I have tried it with a couple of different sizes and also different types of potatoes. And obviously the red skin ones are a bit sturdier than baby potatoes. And let's be honest, the big ones really, you might actually be faster peeling them by hand, but it's all about convenience, obviously. But the little baby ones that are really, really the yummy ones, that would be a pain in the neck to peel by hand. So these are actually ideal for the blade cover peeler to get them peeled there in the machine. And now you regret that you don't have your TM6 with you, right? You just know you have to do that manually.
Anyway, but what I was going to say is that you're right, Jenny, like your different potatoes, it does have a slightly different effect. And so I'd like to do it a little bit less than the recipe says. So do it a little bit less, have a look. because you don't want to peel them down to nothing. Not that it does that, but even in the cooking, you know, just check it, you know, 1 minute before it says, I found. So it says 4 minutes, speed 4 for the manual version. So I'm actually going to do 3 minutes because this potato, you know, it's got hardly any skin at all. So we'll put that on 3 minutes. Yep, speed 4. So I'm going to go put that on and then come back in 3 minutes and we can have a look. Oh, now one thing I was going to say before you go, Jenny, still there?
Yes, I'm still there. Okay. So
I do find using this lid, maybe mention that.
Yeah. Right. So yeah. So put the measuring cup in, and obviously they will boggle a little bit against it, but it's supposed to not come off. So we'll hear about that in a second. Right. So now I am. What do I do? I replace myself. Where is it? Oh, here we go. So I don't know if you can see me or if that is happening. I think we can still see Megan.
No, we can see you.
Can you see me? Oh, perfect. Thanks so much, Kate, for helping me out with this. Okay, so whilst this is peeling, I am actually going ahead with a dish which is called Prep Ahead Layered Chicken, Eggs and Salmon. So that is one recipe that we have presented in one of our Facebook Lives. And I just want to show you this because I find this is the absolutely amazing best prep ahead dish that is out there. And we're basically going to work from all of those things that we're making in one go and show you what you can do, what you can make out of them. All right, so basically we're going to start with making a chicken broth. And by doing that, we are adding, well, it's a medium-sized brown onion. It says 100 gram. Again, they don't grow in 100 gram batches. And 1 clove of garlic. You know me by now. I'm going to add at least 2. Then we're going to chop that quickly up. Just a couple of seconds. And 3 seconds going on speed 3. That's really, really gentle chopping. And we are going to add 800 grams of water. Okay, that hasn't really chopped, but that's okay. So 800 grams of water. In you go. Olive, which is also fine. Now, in our broth, in the recipe, it says to use chicken broth or chicken paste. I'm just using my good old veggie stock paste. I put that into everything. That's, I don't know, it's so versatile, and because I'm cooking the chicken actually in it, so it will turn out becoming a chicken broth anyway. Great for seasoning. Now it wants us to add some sprigs of herbs. So I've got some rosemary here from the garden, and put everything in, stalks, everything, right? Don't worry too much. So I'm just going to break that in half or just pop that in here. There's a lot of flavor in the stalks as well. Now it wants me to put in the simmering basket and weigh in 500 grams of chicken thigh. As you know, there's no chicken thigh in this house, so I have used chicken breast, and I have already seasoned it with some herb and garlic salt, one of my favorites. So popping that on top of the broth right now. You could also season that with any other seasoning really that you like. So, for example, I've made some taco spice mix here the other day, just to change up the flavors of the broth, but also for your chicken, depending on what you want to make out of that later. So now here it says season with salt and pepper. Now we're adding the varoma on top. So take the measuring cup out, and in the varoma dish, we are placing some, raw eggs. So can you see that? I always use my little trivet here just so more steam can come through. That's just have it that I started. So putting the dish there on top, the eggs are in there. It says 8 eggs in the recipe. If you don't need 8 eggs, then so I'm putting in 6, but you could also increase that to 12 if you like. So as many eggs that you like, especially when you're cooking or prepping ahead for a large family, then feel free to fill up the whole thing. Now in our aroma tray, we are putting in, so here I've put in some aroma sheets and I've put in the salmon. This one is the skin on. So to prevent obviously the fish contaminating the chicken, if you so will, we do have beautiful aroma sheets for different ways of steaming. So these ones do have little holes in there that would, the drippings would go through. So this is a closed one and they're just fitted. If you are not into the paper and you want to use something reusable, then I recommend this Varoma tray. So that's an insert that goes into the tray and also prevents obviously the dripping down to the food below. So no fish smell in the chicken. And again, you can season that with salt and pepper. Milk. So you can also season that. You can put some lemon there on top or some fresh dill. Really, that's completely up to you. But the principle, what I wanted to say is show you is we're having now all these layers here, chicken broth cooking in the bottom, the chicken in the middle, the eggs in this layer, and the salmon up here. And all I need to do is turn the dial onto speed 2, and 15 minutes later, that'll all be done. Okay, so by now, quickly stopping that, it's a little bit too noisy for my taste. So we're going back to Megan and see where we are at with the peeling. I think that was...
Here I am, over here.
All right, hang on. Here we go. I can see you.
Okay, here I am. Yes, so I have peeled my potatoes. Now, what you can do is use your Varoma. I have used my simmering basket as well if you don't have too many. But Varoma is good, and into a bowl, and you've got to pour out your potatoes. And you've got to rinse them out because, so have a look in the bowl. It's hard to see, but there's a little bit of residue. But what's happened is it's peeled off the skin. Not even heaps in there. A lot of it goes out in the water. So here's a potato. Can you see that? So it's peeled off most of the skin. I did a better job the other day, but anyway, pretty good job there. And the other goo looks a bit ugly. We'll rinse that off in the bottom. Oh, you can't really see. Anyway, on the bottom is all the skin. And you can see the water there. It's a little bit starchy. And what happens then, take out your peeler and give that a little bit of a rinse in your bowl. I've got another bowl here, so I'll use that. Actually, mine's not even that grubby. So what it says is just give it a rinse. It's saying I'm outside. I won't do that. I'll get another one. Lucky I have 2 bowls. And put the peel, we're going to put the peeler back in and use this to cook the potatoes in boiling water. So like your boiling potatoes. I'm just going to grab those. Really, you're supposed to give them a little bit of a rinse, but it's not too bad. I can show you the other bit. So it's a little bit ugly, but you can see the skin at the bottom. But not heaps, it's amazing. I'll move that out the way. Now we need a litre of water, goes in there, and that's where we're going to boil the potatoes for your potato salad. There. And what the peeler, or now the blade cover, is going to do is means it's actually not going to chop your potatoes up when they're cooking. Let's go a little bit more. And I also find this recipe, you can put a little bit of salt in the water, but the pickling liquid that we're going to add to the dressing is quite salty. your mayonnaise can be salty. So I don't really find you need it. Put that on, and that's going to cook. Actually, I don't even know, for about 20 minutes or something. Same thing. Have a look at the recipe, which I will do, and maybe just check it 5 minutes before, because it does depend how big your potatoes are about how long it takes. So that's about it from me, Jenny.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much. So whilst the potatoes are cooking away, we will head over to Kate. And Kate is one of our new team members. You quickly saw her in the video in the beginning. So give her, first of all, Sylvia, here we go. So and a big shout out to Kate. It's the first time doing this with us today online. So huge bravo to you, and command your bravery in doing this with us. So
thank you, Jenny. I'm here today to share with you a really simple cooked mayonnaise recipe that we make every week. Pop it in the fridge, no stabilizers, no additives, no anything, and you can flavor it up any way you like. And when I say it's really simple, it's like 3 steps and 4 ingredients. So it's really simple. The first step being to weigh out your oil and crack your eggs. Now, I've already done that because it's that simple. So we're going to step in to the step 2 and start from there. It is on Cookidoo. So I'll just click into the recipe and off we go.
Yay!
So the first step is to place a teaspoon of salt into the bowl. Just add that in there. Followed by 30 grams of white vinegar. You probably can't see my scales, but the scales in the machine is weighing it out for me and telling me when it's 30 grams.
Yeah, and you can, with this recipe, it's very forgiving. So you can even try different flavored salts, for example, or even different vinegars, like an apple cider vinegar. So yeah, really have a play with this recipe. So it's not just same old, but it's a good one as is.
Absolutely. And I found that I always cooked the recipe my first cook, and then I can go from there. So I've really got a good base level to go from.
Absolutely.
So there you go. Step 2 is done. Insert the measuring cup in the lid, hit the next, and now it's going to cook for 3 minutes, which you don't want to see it cooking for 3 minutes. So I'm going to hand back to Jenny.
Yes, that's right. So I am spotlighting myself here again. I quickly want to share with you what's on offer. So now that you've seen the TM5 in action, and Megan wishes she had her TM6 with her. I know I've seen in your feedback that you gave at the enrolling that we have some TM31 owners here as well. You may have heard that we have a trade-in offer coming up. It's going to start on the 14th of February, so Valentine's Day, until end of Feb. And you're going to get $360 towards the purchase of a new TM6. So meaning you could get yours for just $1,999 and keep the TM6 keep the TM31 or the TM5 or the holiday house is also an option. And that means you can benefit from our current offer, which is already going on. And that means you would get a free mini vac. That's also from the house of Forwork, from the makers of the Thermomix. And that mini vac is usually $299 retail price. And what's a mini vac for? I use that. I actually got 2. I've got one in my caravan and one in my kitchen. And it's very simple. So you can use that in the kitchen around the toaster. Amazing. There are additional attachments also available with a little brush. So you can go into your cutlery or spice drawer and clean that out there. Beautiful. Once you have one, you think, why haven't I had one? Where have you been all my life? That's what you think. If you want to go ahead and get yourself a TM6, a brand new one. So now is the time. That offer with the free mini vac runs until the 9th of February only. So it's a 3-week only. And we are offering 36-month interest free for you also to finance the whole thing. And that's only one offer. So if you already, or if you're in the market for a vacuum cleaner and a mop, then the second offer that we have will also be of interest for you. Please have a chat with your consultant about that amazing offer that's on at the moment that will include a cordless a cordless vacuum cleaner with a mop head attachment that actually vacuums and mops at the same time, which is mind-blowing. Some of us do have that, so talk to your consultant about that so they can show you, but we also have beautiful links, or try Cobalt on Facebook. They have a beautiful page up there, and have a look at the videos or at their website for more details. And you'll probably see me wearing a black apron today. I did, not like everyone else, so I did that on purpose. Just a hint what's coming. And if you are interested in getting your hands on one of the black ones early, now is the right time to talk to me and join the team, because we consultants have at the moment an exclusive offer to earn a black TM6 Thermomix limited edition. All right, enough hinting from me, and I think we can go back to Kate. Yep, she gives me a thumbs up, and here we go. So how is the mayonnaise looking? Here we go.
Excellent. Okay, so our vinegar and our salt has cooked. We're now on to the next step. I'll tell you this is simple, and it's to add the eggs in. So Cookidoo is guiding me to turn the dial, have the motor running, and to add the eggs in. So I'm adding 2 eggs in. And skipping through to the next step.
Right, so it's all on screen, the instructions, and basically it wants us to put the eggs through the mixing bowl lid whilst the blades are turning.
And now slowly add the oil by drizzling it onto the lid, and it will slowly drip down into the bowl.
Yeah. Okay, so what Kate's doing here is basically emulsifying. So all she does is she pours carefully, very slowly, the oil on top of the lid, again, whilst the blades are turning in the bottom. And that's going to be on, I don't know, the speed off by heart. Mind you, I've made that recipe 100 times last year. That was my most cooked recipe on Cookidoo in 2021. And yeah, just slowly putting it on top of the lid. There is a little gap between the measuring cup and the lid, meaning that the oil will slowly drizzle on top of the blades and emulsify the mayonnaise there.
Yeah, so speed 3, Jenny. That was speed 3.
Speed 3, that was. Okay.
Done. Okay, so once the measuring cup in properly again. And then we're going to mix it for 1 minute 30.
Okay. Right, so basically what we've discovered with this, that's all right, they can only hear me. So what we've discovered with this recipe is you can even halve it. So just using 1 egg instead of 2. And you can also double the recipe. So same settings that are already there from Cookidoo, you can just use them and make as much as you want. So it's also, so this, the cooked mayonnaise, it's, Sandy just said it here in the chat, it is a fail-proof mayonnaise and also cooked. So you're probably wondering, why is it cooked? The eggs are actually, so we're not cooking the eggs, but we have heated up the bowl with the salt and the vinegar beforehand. So this means the bowl is actually around 90 degrees or so by the time the eggs are going to hit the blades, meaning that's enough for the egg to be cooked, because eggs, or protein for that matter, they already cook at 60 degrees. So there's enough heat left in the bowl for it considered to be cooked, and safe also for pregnant women to eat, or, you know, sometimes when you have a little bit of health compromise situation, then you're not supposed to eat raw eggs. So whenever that's the case, this mayonnaise is absolutely safe for you to eat. And what I also do with this recipe is I add, obviously, a clove of garlic to it, right? Because life's better with the garlic. I'm making aioli out of it. All right, you're done.
Yes, I am done. Thank you, Jenny. And because it was spinning quite fast, I couldn't actually hear you. So thank you.
Right. Oh, everyone else could hear me. All right. We can already see the beautiful texture there. Nice.
It's beautiful and it's creamy, and I know I'd get done for copyright, trademark, but it's the best. It is best mayonnaise for sure. Yes. Absolutely.
We have a question here. Does it last longer if it's cooked?
Yeah, it does.
Definitely say yes.
Definitely say yes. They advise about 2 weeks in the fridge. It'll stay fresh. It doesn't last 2 weeks in my fridge with my family. But yeah, it stays a lot longer in the fridge than a non-cooked mayonnaise.
Yeah, that's all right. Thank you so much, Kate. So now we're heading into a kitchen which is very well known to Melissa. And here we go. Melissa, what are you going to show us today?
I'm in the show-off department today, Jenny. Something very simple, just a basic focaccia, which I'm going to say I haven't made before. Hi, everyone, by the way. Welcome to 2022. Isn't it a cracker so far? So I have made focaccia, first time, and it's just a basic dough, pretty easy, same principles, mix it, prove it, all that sort of stuff. But I decided to level it up a little bit, and I went Googling focaccia art last night, because you can just sprinkle it with some salt, maybe some garlic salt and some rosemary, or you can do some half-cut cherry tomatoes. I've seen people recreate Van Gogh. This is not quite Van Gogh. It's probably more like Van Kindergarten, but it's very cute, and it's just, look, it's something a bit different. And the thing that I like, one of the things that I like about the Thermomix is that you can do something really simple, impress the pants off people when you take this. So you know, going to a barbecue or something like that, bring this out, and really you've got, use up your cruddy vegetables from in the crisper to make something pretty cool, and it's delicious. And that's it. Like, there is, so my couple of tips for this would be that I got out my Thermomat just assuming that I'd prove it in the Thermomat. It's way too sticky. It says to stick it in an oiled bowl. Stick it in an oiled bowl. There's no such thing as too much oil with focaccia. So I've oiled the bottom of this thing, and then you press it in with your fingers, make little dimples, more oil, bit of salt, and I've just stuck the veggies on the top, and I'm going to stick it in the oven for 20 minutes. And that's it, and it'll be ready at the end of our cook.
Wonderful. It's so beautiful. Cute. Very clever and great for prepping ahead as well. And they make beautiful lunchbox additions. So with whatever else goes into the lunchbox, I'm pretty sure kids will love to take this one on. But also maybe to make it themselves. Who knows?
Yes, so we're having a barbecue for dinner tonight, so this will be perfect. Can I just, before you dash away from me, just wanted to go back to something Meg was saying with the potatoes, because I used my peeler to peel my potatoes for roast turkey on Christmas Day, and I had to do it in 4 lots because I was feeding 14 people. But same thing I found a little bit less time, sort of gave you a really nice scruffed up texture as opposed to a smooth peeled texture, which makes for fantastic roast potatoes. So I stopped it at the same as Meg, about 3 minutes.
Wow, perfect. Thank you so much for that tip,
Jeremy. Okay, I'm going into the oven now.
Okay, you're going into the oven. And
well, not me personally, but my kindergarten artists. I'll see you later on.
See you in a sec. We are going now to Diana's kitchen, and Diana is our second debutante for today. She has just joined our team.
Hello.
And I'm so happy you're here today. And look what you've already got on your list. So we're going to see 3 different dishes made by you. And you have chosen one of my all-time favorites. That's the tandoori paste. So let's kick it off with the tandoori paste.
Yes, well, this tandoori paste is one of my favorites as well, because it's something that you can make ahead, and it literally takes 20 seconds in here. I'll just do it now. I've pre-measured everything out, so it'll be nice, quick and easy. So we've got, and look, most of these things you'll probably already have. So coriander seeds, we've got cumin seeds, black cardamom pods. They're not too tricky to find, but don't use the green ones. The black ones are a little bit better. We've got cloves, we've got cinnamon, turmeric, and a lot of these spices are quite good for you. So it's good to have a curry once a week at least, I think. And that's Kashmiri chili powder. And that, you know, I found this in Coles. I also found this in Coles. So don't buy the little packets. Go to the international section, get the bigger packets, and you'll save a lot of money. We also have a bit of salt, ginger, very good for us, and lots of garlic. My little tip was to soak it for half an hour just to get the skins off much easier. Now we've got some tomato paste, some brown sugar, and just some olive oil that's going to go in there. So you can see how quick and easy this is. You feel like a bit of a chemist in the kitchen. You can even get the kids to measure this out. It's so easy. And pop the lid on and turn it on quite high.
Yeah, and what I love about this paste, so if you go in the supermarket and have a look at the label and you turn it around of the ready-made pastes, there are sometimes really interesting things in there that I wouldn't say that belong to the food category. So everything that has a number is actually not food really. So think about colors and additives and preservatives. So
yes.
in this one here, it's, well, you just saw what's in there. Oh, here
Look,
we do.
This is what I found in the back of my fridge pre-Thermomix days. And I was surprised there was wheat in there. And if I had somebody who was gluten-free, I would never think that you'd put wheat in this. There's colours, stabilisers. So this is far more natural.
Yeah.
And I'll just show. And look at that. How beautiful is that? I don't know if you can see very well.
Nice.
And so I'll just pop that here. Now you can keep that in a jar with a bit of bit of oil on the top in your fridge for about 3 to 4 weeks. What I like to do actually is freeze them in little sachets. So they're just pre-measured, quick and ready to go. This tandoori paste, if you type it into Cookidoo, you actually can find a few other recipes that you can use this for. One of them is a creamy coconut chicken, which we love doing at our Thermomix demos. It's the only chicken curry that my kids will eat, which is fantastic because it's so yummy. You can actually make masala bread rolls. I don't know if people know that. I haven't tried that yet. But what I'm making today is tandoori chicken. So look, if you don't have chicken, you can use this tandoori marinade paste for lamb. Butterfly lamb would be beautiful, or even fish. And we've just got chopped up chicken thighs mixed up with just a small amount of this tandoori paste. We've got juice of half of a lemon, bit of salt and pepper, and yogurt. That's it. Now, this is something you could whip up in the morning. You go to work, come home, get somebody to cook it, pop some rice on, get your kids to set the table, get the other child to chop up some tomatoes and cucumbers, and that's a stress-free midweek dinner. So just get your skewers. Now, if you're using wooden skewers, I'd soak them in water for about half an hour and you just pop these on. I like wearing gloves for this just because there's turmeric in there.
Definitely.
And you just, look, I'm not going to keep skewering these on and on. I've actually done a tray here already. I've pre-made this tray. Now, once you can just wrap this up with cling wrap. If you're a morning person, get it done in the morning, pop it in the fridge. You can actually do this the night before. And this is great if you're entertaining, because this is something that a recipe can double, triple, and make ahead. And before you cook this in the grill, you're supposed to drizzle a little bit of ghee on top. I've actually made ghee myself, because when I went to buy it, it was $9.50 for a big jar. And while I was at the shops, I actually get my phone out and I look at Cookidoo and I'm like, can I make ghee? And what do you know? You can. I don't think there's much you can't make in your Thermomix. And it took a couple of hours of cooking, but the house smelt amazing. It was beautiful. Now, this will keep for a long, long time, and it's actually quite healthy for you. And that cost me $5 to make. So $4.50 I've already saved. What else did I want to say? Yeah,
we have the tandoori chicken recipe. We have that in Cookidoo, and Monty will pop it in the chat as well. So but just have a look at the what else you can make out of the tandoori. So we've had a couple of ideas already shared in the chat.
Yes,
also a great pizza base, for example.
Absolutely.
Or use it in a butter chicken instead. So. Yeah, just start.
And these are great. Like if you double the recipe, it's fantastic the next day for lunch boxes, tandoori wraps or tandoori salads. So it's a wonderful recipe to make, I would say, at least once a week or fortnight in our house. So
Wonderful. Thanks so much for sharing. Diana, we're coming back to you a little bit later for your third recipe. So can't wait to see you there. And now we are coming back to me. Sorry, me again. This was supposed to be Monty's dish, and Monty's a bit sick today, so she can't be on camera. So I'm going to make her dish. So think of the prepping ahead, the stack basically that we're doing in the Thermomix with the cooked eggs and the salmon and the chicken, which is actually happening over there. And so here's an idea of what to do with your cooked eggs. And I found this egg salad sandwiches recipe. And again, this is super, super quick and easy to make. The recipe itself actually starts with cooking the eggs in the Thermomix, actually in the simmering basket. I have prepared that earlier. So if you do the prep ahead, then you do have your six eggs ready to go. I have cooked mine with the egg boiler mode that is built in the TM6, which is fantastic. You just pop the eggs in, put some water on top, and the blades won't start turning, so they're not going to destroy your raw eggs. So no extra thing that's going to be, it has to go in the dishwasher. So no simmering basket, nothing needed. So this recipe is actually from the US platform. So you need to put in US into your filters to be able to find it. That's another example of the things that I prep ahead, and they're not going off. So if you're cooking, or if I buy a bunch of onions, then I just cut them up and keep them in a box like this. Same thing with, for example, this is pumpkin. I just cut that into pieces and have that ready to go whenever I need to cook. That just saves me more time. And so we're starting with this recipe, weighing in 1 ounce of green onions cut into pieces. So it says approximately 2 onions. The scales came up automatically. So it's going to be about 2 handfuls, so 1.5 ounces. That's really weird when you're doing this for the first time and you think, oh, what? I don't know about ounces and stuff. It doesn't matter. Whatever the scales say, you just weigh in until you have reached the amount. So just ignore the whole ounces and gram things. And we're going to pop the lid in, and we're going to cut that up on 5 seconds. Always easy to remember these. now we are using the pre-made, or what Kate showed us earlier, the cooked mayonnaise. All right, so that's the little bit of leftover that I had from previous pre-prepping. And let me get a spatula out. How good is it that we are in my kitchen? So it says 2 ounces. I don't know if I've got enough left. But that's something, for example, you can make. Oh, I'm already over. Here we go. With your mayonnaise as well. Right, beautiful for a high tea, but also great for lunch boxes, obviously, and whatnot you are making. So a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. I like it. I put it 2 because I can, and 3 pinches of salt. Do we get the questions about the milks? They are from Aldi, and every now and then they have them on special sale. What we do love about them is you just turn them around and start grinding already. So that was salt, that was pepper, pinch of paprika. So shout out to Monsi. That paprika she has brought with her from Spain. That is, look at the color. So this is very, very intense, and she said treat it like gold. So you only need really a little bit of that one. So always have good quality of ingredients that just will enhance the whole dish that you're making. That's a tablespoon of fresh chives chopped up. All right, that'll be it. And popping that back in again, 10 seconds on speed 4. And after that, we are going to add in our cooked eggs. So I've peeled them and I've just cut them in half. I think the recipe actually said cut them in quarters. So we'll see how we go in that with that. And we're just going to pop them on top of our mixture, which looks like this at the moment. And egg stuffing never really looks overly pretty. We are yeah, honest. So it was just 1 second mixing that all together. And now we have, don't you look at that? It actually looks much nicer in my bowl than it looks on the picture. The picture is very yellow, everything. So let me just bring it out a bit for you. So I've got my green bits in here as well. And that's going to make a beautiful sandwich filling. You could also serve that as on the side as an egg salad. So I think that this is also a really versatile recipe. So I will show you how this is all plated up, how this is going to look like in a bread. Actually, I've made a sourdough bread. I don't know if you can see my bread box here in the background. So I'm going to plate that up whilst we are heading over to Rebecca. We have Rebecca for the first time as well. So our third. Yes, here, I can hear you, now I find you. This is Rebecca, another beautiful jewel who has just joined our team, and I, again, must commend your bravery for doing this together with us online here, first time in front of the camera. And you're going to show us this super quick broccoli salad.
Yep.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. So today I'm making the super quick broccoli salad. It is on the Cookidoo platform. Super quick's probably an understatement. It takes 5 minutes, but that's in the prep. The actual mixing takes 12 seconds and you have a salad ready to go, dressed and all the rest of it. So today we're going to add, you can see that, 350 grams of broccoli. Now this is about a head of broccoli. So, and I've used some of the stalk as well, just because it's really healthy and it's nice to not have any food waste where we can. Beautiful. And then I'm adding a whole apple, which basically I've just quartered, just taken the seeds and the core out, tip that in, super easy. An onion. So again, like Jenny was saying, the food doesn't come in nice little particular portions. I've just chopped up, it's ended up being about 1/4 of a red onion. You could use brown or red or salad onion, whatever you've got. I had some red and some zucchini. Now, I was down at the farmer's market, our local one this morning, and they had yellow zucchini. So I'm going to eat the rainbow today. We're going to put that in. That was 100 grams.
Love it.
We need some cider vinegar. Now, you could use lemon juice if you wanted. That's just 20 grams. We'll just throw that in. Some olive oil, which is lovely and healthy. 60 grams of that. Bit of sea salt and some pepper, which I've just pre-mixed. And that is it. So this literally takes 7 seconds. Quickest salad ever. That's done. Now this one also gives you the option. You can add, I don't really like sultanas in my salads, but you can add fruit, you could add like pomegranate arils. I'm actually going to add some sunflower seeds because I like the crunchy texture, but you could add nuts or you could add, whatever you really like. You can really mix up this recipe. I was also going to say, one of the tips on the Cookidoo is that if you don't want the oil, you could add like 60 mils of apple juice and that'd just give you a just different flavour. So I'll pop those guys in. And then we're going to use the reverse function, which on the TM6 does automatically. And that's another 5 seconds. And that's it done. I'll show you on screen. We have a mixed and dressed salad in 12 seconds.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Delicious. And you can really mix it up. It's great.
Fantastic. Yeah, there's actually, and again, I only need to, I need to encourage you to have a look around in Cookidoo. There are a lot of 5 seconds salads that you really can chop up in absolutely no time. So again, our aim was to spend less time in the kitchen and still have yummy food. And make a whole collection about salads in Cookidoo and access them as you go. Another one that we have recently made is the traffic light salad. I think it's called 5 second traffic light salad. So if you put in traffic light and you have the UK filter on, you will find it. Another one is the detox salad or Tex-Mex salad. There's so many in there and they really are super, super fast. And definitely give it a go. So thanks so much, Rebecca, for showing us and introducing us to this great dish, which can also go into a lunchbox, for example, as well.
Yeah.
Right. So now we're going back to Melissa, who shows us another great salad. Yeah, since we're talking salads, here's another one.
We are talking salads, and as always, I always like to try something new for the first time in front of people because it's not nervous at all. All right, so I'm making a cranberry almond chicken salad. Can I just tell you that the focaccia smells amazing because I made rosemary grass and it smells beautiful. So I steamed some chicken, which is what we need for this salad, but this is another throw everything in 5 seconds and we're done. So pretty much I'm just going to barrel through this. So we did have to toast the slivered almonds first, which I've already done. So we have got some slivered almonds in there. I put the mayonnaise in last, I think. We've got green apple, which thank you very much, Rebecca, because I'd forgotten that I needed that. I didn't want to pre-cut it and have it go brown. So just remembered that at the last minute. Then we've got some red onion. And it's actually quite nice. I find it very therapeutic prepping everything in these little bowls. It's just a little bit of, cooking meditation, I like to call it. We've got some celery. We've got dried cranberries. Cranberries are my favourite in anything at the minute. Bliss balls, biscuits. We've got some lime juice. Got the leftovers saved to go in my drink later on. Can highly recommend Frangelico on ice with a squeeze of lime juice. It's very delicious. So a little bit of sea salt and some pepper. I'm making it look very quick and easy because I'm just throwing everything in, but I did all the prep beforehand. So then we've got 14 ounces, which is not quite 3 chicken fillets because I had that in the fridge for you. And we've got some chives, and then we'll put the mayo. Oops, there's my timer. Stop. There's my timer for the focaccia. And I didn't cook my mayonnaise, although I'm going to give that a crack because it looked delicious. So I've just cheated and grabbed whatever I had in the fridge. And in she goes. Mix with the aid of a spatula. So I better get the right spatula out to do that. You may have seen your spatula's got the little skirt on there, so that's so you can mix it through without worrying about the end of your spatula coming into contact with the blades. Okay, we have got 8 seconds, speed 4.5. So I think I'm taking the record for the quickest salad today.
I didn't know that there was a competition going on here. It's nice to
on me. 4.5 seconds. Wow. Thank you. All right. That's it. We're done. Oh, yum. It's done to perfection. Now, what we can do many different things with this. Tomorrow, I'm going to actually make skinny mixes, pita wraps, because they are delicious. And then that will be lunch for me at work on Monday. Let me show you. It's very pretty. Can we see that in there? We've got the red from the cranberries, chives, and it's just beautiful. Like it's just done exactly like it looks in the picture. So what I have got, so pretty, I've got some lettuce leaves here like they have done in the picture. So I'm just going to put a dollop in each lettuce cup. So I guess then it's like, well, it's a low carb wrap for starters, but I guess like a cold sanchoy bao. What I wanted to do and forgot when I was at the fruit shop this morning is you know how you can buy the little, you can buy Whitloff, or you can buy the little inside leaves of a cos lettuce. This would make a great little finger food in the little lettuce, little pieces of lettuce, so you can have them on a tray. Sandwiches, same thing on the side. Yeah, that was about it. How's that for easy?
Fantastic. Thanks so much. And we are looking forward to seeing you and the results again when you present to us in
I will
later.
Spend my time prepping now.
Okay. And here we go. Elizabeth, your turn.
Nice to be back.
It's good to have you back. What are you
now,
doing
I
today?
had to laugh this morning because my recipe required the leftovers from making almond milk. I needed to make almond milk. So I just wanted to share with you. By the way, the almond milk almost all the almond milk that I made has already gone off to a lactose-free house. So I'll be interested to see how they enjoy that, or lactose intolerant house. So it's just raw almonds, bit of water, 4 dates, and vanilla essence. That's it. I'm just going to pop this over here. Just by previous experience, I tend to let things fall onto the floor unnecessarily. So that's a little bit of the milk left. That will last for 2 days. No preservatives, no rubbish. Everything that you know is in there. And that's my little bag. And I've still got some of the almond leftover stuff there. So now we're going to get on to the actual making of the brownie. So, Melissa, I think I'm going to win when it comes to competition time. So, just to show you, that's what the leftover from making the milk is. And it was quite fine, and I was kind of surprised. I thought it'd be, bulkier than that. But no, it's quite fine. And that bag, which you can get at the mix shop, is absolutely brilliant. And you can use it for lots of different milks and so forth. If I do this and not use my fingers, because I'm not a finger girl, but I did boil them in Milton's this morning. So there's my almond pulp. I'm not very good at working behind, so you have to not see the machine. So also my fingers never work. Here we go. Next, pitted dates. Just hold, but make sure they're pitted. If you've got their seeds in there, it will end in tears for everybody, including your Thermomix.
Not for the dentist.
And cocoa powder. Now it's cocoa powder, it's not drinking chocolate. And there are different ones around. I always suggest go for the best quality. And there's a Dutch one, which is really stunning. I think that's what this is, but I tend to put it into a container in my pantry so that I don't have to rely on it not being airtight. So that's that. And sea salt. Now, Jenny, look what I've got.
I can see what you do there.
But I had to get this colour for the salt and black for the pepper. Otherwise, I would never know what was what. We'd end up with a terrible disaster. And then there's my natural vanilla extract. Now, if you've seen this one, it is on the extra side, but it's such good quality and it lasts really well. Whoop, that's it. Here are my ingredients. I'm pretty much sorted. So, lid on. Next. Okay, it is 15 seconds. I don't know if I'm on the win on this one.
That's okay. You can also search on Cookidoo for the word pulp, and it will give you a lot of different recipes to as suggestions on what to do with your pulp. Right?
It is one of the noisier ones, but it's interesting that this is where Zoom cutting out probably could have not happened. Quite often we say as consultants, you learn to cook with your ears, and you can tell when something, especially if you're converting your own recipes, you can tell by the sound when it changes. Oh, that's it, it's done. Anyway, I need to show you what we have. Look at that.
Yeah.
And also the aroma is quite compelling, quite nice. And that's where I'm saying use the really good chocolate. Oh, there was something I was going to do. I was going to make an adult version.
Of course, it's Elizabeth. She's going to make an adult.
Add brandy or your preferred spirit to make your adult version. So what I'm going to do is just show you.
Called rum balls.
I did do some in advance. Yeah, rum would be good. So that you get to see the end result without me having to go through the tiresome bit of showing you. There is something that I wanted to share with you. Okay, so with making meatballs, we use these, and this would apply in this case. It's a ball. So you can just sort of give it a bit of a roll, squash it in. And then I've got a tray here that I put paper on so I don't have to wash the tray. And give it a bit of a roll. And that will go into the fridge for 20 minutes. The other little hint that I can give to you is when making matzo balls or anything where you're using your hands, if you make your hands wet, it won't stick. So I'm going to do my big reveal of all the balls at the end when we do our little presentation of the finished product. But I do just want to share with you one thing, going back to the tandoori paste, which is one of my favourites. And the creamy coconut chicken is a recipe that we quite often do when we're doing a cooking experience. And with certain foods, we ask our host to provide because of health reasons, your chicken, etc. And my host had misunderstood and she had bought some tandoori paste and she opened one and went, I've got the tandoori paste. And I screamed very loudly, no! And I said, just show me that, will you? So I went and looked at it. It was just appalling. And I said, all right, you can make it. Have a look at this and have a look at this. She was very, very thrilled that I'd share that with her, but I just had to laugh. With a bought one, I'm sorry for the trademarks and all the other copyrights or whatever. Making your own and knowing exactly what's in there, cost effective and healthy for your family.
Yeah.
And that's what we want.
Thanks for sharing that story.
One last little thing with
okay, sorry.
I'm sorry, because I'm all over the shop. With making these little ball things,
yeah,
there's nothing, the recipe is one of those ones that's quite flexible. So if you wanted to add some dried apricots or some dried figs, or roll them, when you've made the little balls, roll them in desiccated coconut, there's so much you can do, and they freeze. Yeah. And again, we talk about school lunches for all the mummies with all those children. It's great to be able to open the freezer and take it out, put it in the box and go, they'll be defrosted by the time lunch comes around. It'll be great. I'll see you at the end.
Right. Okay. Thanks, Elizabeth. We're coming back to you, and we're heading one more time, as promised, to Diana, and we are going to see the digestive fennel. Not fennel digestive, this way, right?
Fennel digestive, that's right. I just wanted to show that in that time, I've cooked my tandoori chicken skewers. So as you can see, they don't take very long. Now, I'm making a fennel digestive. So this is a great recipe to use up those mushy pears in the fruit bowl, or the pears that come back from the lunch boxes at school. So don't worry if they're a bit bruised and yucky looking, just chop them up, pop in here. So we've got 1 to 2 pears that I've already chopped up here, about 200 grams, doesn't matter if it's a bit over or less. It asks for 1 fennel bowl, but I actually found half was more than enough. Now this is in the Cookidoo app. It also has 400 grams of apple juice. So we just pop this in. 200 grams of chilled water. And it actually has some turmeric, which is very good for you because it's a powerful anti-inflammatory agent. Now, all we need to do is pop the lid on and push the button.
Yay. Chopping it up, and I think that's just a minute or so. Whilst this is chopping up, I quickly want to show you. So I have taken down I need to move you a little bit. Here we go. So I have, that's the cooked salmon, and my cooked eggs are right over here. So nothing really fancy to see with them. Hang on, I just need this is my flyaway fan. And now in here, we still have the cooked chicken. So I want to show you a quick trick because the broth is underneath. So I'm going to let the simmering basket be in here. And I'm just straining through the chicken broth that we've made, and have that in a jar where I can keep it for the week. I can use that even for bread baking, by the way. Just replace your stock with the water and have then less of the salt. And when I'm opening up my simmering basket lid, I just or take it out. I open up the lid first with my spatula, then hook it on and take it out. All right. So I'm going to pop that to the side. What I'm going to do next is I'll just take the broth out, and then I pop the chicken back in. 4 seconds on speed 4 on reverse, and I'm going to shred the chicken. So I'm going to use that for another sandwich filling, or mix that with mayonnaise that we've made, or have it as a salad topper, sandwich filling, whatnot. And yeah, so that's what I quickly want to share with you. Back to you, Diana.
Well, it's all done, and I'll just pour it so you can see the beautiful colour. Now, I did do a practice run yesterday afternoon, and it was very refreshing. And the good thing is that for people who aren't fans of fennel or have never tried fennel before, you can hardly taste it. It doesn't overpower at all. And fennel's very healthy for you. It's full of potassium, folate, which is wonderful for women. Vitamin C, which we need to keep boosting up our immune system, especially at this time. This is, like I said, got turmeric, which is lovely. What I love about the Thermomix juices, though, is that you're using the whole fruit. So you've got all that fibre, all the skin, all the nutrients, it's in there. Not like the traditional juices where all that good stuff actually gets left behind. You've got the whole fruit in here. And you can also freeze this in little icy poles as well for the kids, because it's really, really tasty. And we all were quite surprised how yummy it was.
Right, that's fantastic. I was just quickly muting myself because I was shredding the chicken. Sorry about that. And I think that was basically it for the class, and we are going to have a quick look around in everyone's kitchen. So we're going to start off with Megan, who wants to present us the potato salad.
Yes, Korean potato salad. So here it is here. Just give me the right angle. I've had a quick taste. It tastes really delicious. So I'd recommend giving it a go. And I love the way that the potatoes are still quite whole. I like my potato salad like that. And when you're putting the dressing on the warm salad, it's really going to get the flavour in that. And I'm going to put that in the fridge. It'll be ready for tonight. And it made quite a lot of the sauce, so you would be able to make another batch tomorrow, or certainly have some left over for seconds.
Wonderful, thank you so much. Yeah. And oh my God, I quickly need to run and get put my computer on the power. So we're heading over to Kate. Could someone just spotlight her, please? I need to run. Oh, sorry about that.
Okay, so in that time, mayonnaise is all done. I saw it in the fridge. It's a 500 ml jar with the lid, and it will sit in there. It's easy to get access to during the week. Also, use the pre-clean function while everybody else is working their magic. And so my Thermomix is now clean. I'll rinse it off, and it's good to go for the next thing we cook.
Honestly, maybe you need to spotlight to the next person. Can you do that?
I'm back.
Oh, she's back. Say.
Next person on the list is Rebecca. Oh, they're so professional today. It's unbelievable.
We're out of practice.
It is only January.
Yay.
Yay. Yes, I'm unmuted, yes?
Yes.
Go. Whoop. My beautiful parsley to decorate, but so simple and easy, delicious. I can't wait to eat it tonight.
Thanks so much. Don't forget to take a picture so we can pop that on our Facebook group. And next one, well, coming back to Diana once more. No, sorry, it's me. Oh, I do everything I do everything at the end. Back to Diana. We're really good today.
Yeah. Hello. There you go. So there's my juice. And I just, here's my tandoori chicken. Now, it's a bit of a rabbit hole when you go into Cookidoo, because I put my rice in my Thermomix. I made raita, cucumber raita, which I found in the Thermomix. If I had a bit more time, I can make my naan bread in the Thermomix, which is really easy. Just chuck it in, mixes, roll it out, cook it, done. So I've had a lot of fun with this recipe. I also want to mention that I did cook my rice earlier, and I popped it in this the Thermomix thermo server. So this will keep your food super hot or super cold for up to 2 hours. So this is fantastic. I find when you've come home, you pop your rice on, it cooks, pop it in here, you've got after school activities, and you come back, you don't know when your husband's coming home, when you're going to eat, but it's all ready to go. So I just thought I'd mention this.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Good point. It's a host reward, so money can't buy. After host.
Yes. So if you invite ask any of us to do a cooking demonstration, and you grab a few friends, you could actually earn one of these.
Thank you, Diana.
Thanks.
Perfect. Now we're going back to Elizabeth once more. Show us your, the naughty balls.
Here we go. Hang on, there are my balls. And I'll just share with you, I live in Blairgowrie, and I just had a phone call while one of the girls was presenting to say, hey, listen, we're taking the boat over to Queenscliff. Do you want to come over for fish and chips? I went, yeah. So I'll take these with them, but I will be taking the brandy versions. and offer them as dessert after we've had our fish and chips on board the boat over in Queenscliff. Lucky me.
Can I come too? I mean,
Yeah.
everyone here wants to come now.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Thank you so much for sharing, Elizabeth. That was great as always. And we have one more time. Oh, I can see that piece of art.
It's ready. What I forgot to tell everyone before is that if you don't use all your celery, keeping it in the fridge in tin foil makes it last a lot longer. Stays crunchy for weeks. That's my little tip that I forgot to tell you that before. Okay, how? Yes, Michelle, celery in tin foil. How good do they look? And I may have had a couple of little tastes and it's delish.
It looks delicious.
So I just garnish the top with some extra slivered almonds, some extra cranberries and some more chopped chives. And dun, dun, dun.
Aww.
There's my kindergarten focaccia.
Beautiful.
Well done. Rosemary glass.
Yeah, looks amazing.
So cool. So easy, like ridiculously easy. So I'm very proud of myself today.
Yes,
we'll be having a feast for dinner tonight.
So you should be. Thanks so much. And right, one more time back to my kitchen, and that's basically what I wanted to show you, what we have prepped ahead today with the salmon. As I said, make some, use the thickening mode from the Thermomix and make some beautiful sauce hollandaise that go with it. Now you've seen, peel the potatoes, make a potato salad, or just have steamed potatoes with it. These eggs are gonna go into anything really that we're gonna make this week. Just have them plain as a keto snack if you want to. Here's my shredded chicken. Again, very versatile. Mix it up with the mayonnaise or have it plain like this on topping of a salad. Here's my chicken broth. And again, very versatile. Have it as a snack if you want to. And that is the egg sandwich. So with a rustic sourdough bread that I found on the US platform as well. Beautiful, beautiful, very, very easy sourdough bread to make. And how good does that look? All right. So I hope we have shared a couple of prep ahead ideas with you today. So in summary, we have, we've talked about finding recipes on Cookidoo that will help you prepping ahead, making the basics, make them yourself. Go ahead, make a weekly meal plan from the folders, from everyone in the family having their own folders with their favorite recipes in there. Get the family involved. And it's fun doing things in the kitchen, even on a Tuesday night. I promise you that. Use the online shopping function from Cookidoo to get all the ingredients into your house. Just one factor, less stress that you don't really need on the weeks. So one of the largest mistakes that people usually make is not starting. So I want you today to go away from this session to get started. If you take one thing away from today, then it is go onto cookidoo.com.au, log in with your account. If you don't have an account yet, you get 30 days free access there, and start exploring what's out there for you. Have a play. It's like Netflix for recipes. Get carried away, just make all your little folders there. Imagine what else you can put onto the dinner table during the week and have a stress and hassle-free cooking ahead. I always know the answer to what's for dinner already.
Jenny, maybe mention the Cookidoo on the 27th, the coaching session.
Yes, I did that already.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks again for the reminder. If you want to become a Cookidoo Pro, you are invited to our next class, which is on the 27th of January. The link will be on the Bayside Thermomix community Facebook group, but also reach out to your consultant. They will be happy to share that invite and registration link with you. We also have another Easy Essential class coming up. this week. No, it's on the 2nd of Feb, and already the beautiful Jules. So thanks everyone today for helping me on screen, in the background, in the chat. And we are already planning the next class for you, which will be all about the topic dishes in 30 minutes or less. All right, so look forward to that, and watch out for the link in the registration, more details to come. Thanks so much for being with us today. We've been slightly over time, but that's just what we do. And now you are cooled down enough to go back into the sunshine, and don't forget to take your Cookidoo app with you. All right, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.